Hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Farm Sim 17. We are here, of course, on Pine Cove Productions. And a little bit of straw for piggies, huh? Alrighty. And yeah, I don't have any power food cows, sorry. I just dunna. So, before I dump that load, last time around, we, well, piled up enough straw and baled up enough straw to be pretty impressive. Today comes the hard part. I have to get it from the field to storage so that it's not going to go goofy on us come winter. Now, as you can see, I'm using an auto-load baler because, yeah. If you want to see the whole thing done by hand, you can go back to the episode where I bale grass, because yeah, I do go through the entire thing. I mean, I use the Artisan to stack the bales, but then we pick each stack up individually and put it on the truck and bring the truck down, and I do unstack them all individually, and that's how all that stuff got in there, more or less. So, piggies, you be wanting some straw, do you? Well, we do want to keep the piggies happy. There we go. And that should do that quite handsomely. Alright, now let's get on with the day's exercise, shall we? There we are. So first thing we're going to do is just get this load off of here and then go grab another. Yes, indeed. That'd be the one. Wakachoo. Alright. Beautiful. Does a really good job of that. Now comes the hard part. That's the only set we can do that with, because I need them stacked higher than that, or it's just not all going to fit. Not everything we get in there over the winter. And if I put another set beside it, we'll never move the never be able to move the that little green dude. Yeah, telehandler. I know, isn't that bad? Even staring at it doesn't help me sometimes. Yeah, we'd never be able to move the telehandler around. I made that mistake last time. Ah, there we have one. One bale left that was in the baler. I guess it wasn't quite enough to spit it out at the time. I'm just going to go to the far row. That'll make each sweep a little easier. Yeah, it wasn't enough there to spit it out as soon as I added a little bit of this to it, of course. It nicely didn't convert to the other type of bale, of course not. It stayed what it was and simply spit out one green bale. That's alright. It's not like we won't make use of it. We've done pretty well, but I have to do another grass cut very soon, but I will be this time around picking it all up loose, because what I need to do is feed it into the silage silo and the mixed food mixer, mixed rations mixer. I don't know, total rations mixer? Just saying mixer twice in the same instance doesn't seem right. Okay, I have no idea how we're doing here. Hopefully these have actually been collecting. Because at this point, even if the truck did have a good functional rear window, which it doesn't to any real degree, you still wouldn't be able to see anything behind the first set of bales. And you started loading them at the back of the trailer, then yeah. How are we doing? Oh, we're good yet. We can get another couple of sets on here. But we will still have lots and lots to do with the telehandler. I get about 1.5 rows or something off of here by the look of it. So all of these are going to have to be stacked outside the shed and then hand loaded. Now thankfully I've got that fork that picks up a stack of bales at a time. There we are completely full. Thing is, because of the way it works, it wants to, if you pick up the bales by the end, I can pick up 6 bales and stack them. But what it'll do sometimes is kind of widen that little gap between them. Now, sometimes to the extent where it's actually a V shape. And if that happens, yeah, it's just the start of a whole heaping of trouble, let me tell you. Ooh. What you doing, Black Pig? Yeah, since we are going to update the map, as I said, I don't see much point in oh, good brakes. There we go. In doing all the rest of the prep things, like plowing and all that, as soon as we reset things, then I guess, yeah, even if we have to do it all in the spring like we did last season, you know, doesn't mean that we can't do it. So, yeah, that'll actually do for the first stack. We'll set it there. Alright. Careful I don't crack the truck into it. Dang, man. There we are. Jeez, that was almost like I meant to, eh? Wow. Species got skills, man. Yeah. Oh, and I sure left that in a great place, I gotta say. Yeah. Alrighty then. Beautiful autumn day here. Alright, let's activate the load. Think. Good. So I guess at this point I should say thanks to all of you that are not only supporting my channel here, but have also gone over to the VidMe and stuck a bit of support there. And if you do intend to do that, now the link is down below in the description. Please make sure you click the follow button when you get there. You know, it's otherwise, unfortunately, I'm pretty much limited to like a video a week. It's a weird thing. It's almost like they don't really want content being put there, you know, because the limitations are so fierce. Or maybe it's just they don't really want gaming content put there because we tend to suck a lot of bandwidth. But yeah, unfortunately, one video has used up my week's allotment for how many giggly bytes I can put there. So, yeah, I don't know. I had actually, I recorded a Grim Dawn with the new DLC, the Falmouth, Ashes of Falmouth DLC. But, yeah, I can't upload it. I kept it below the 30 minutes. Oops. But, didn't manage to keep it below the, like, 1 point whatever heck giggly bytes I had left. Because, unfortunately, high-definition gaming just eats the gigglies, let me tell you. Just eats them. So, here's our second load. And I should be able to pretty much come in here. Yeah, that should do it. Boom, chakalaka, whack. There we go. Let's march you out of here. See, I mean, I could stack them in the building like that, but if we end up with any more, you're pretty much messed. Because, oh, you have no idea what a chore it was. Because I did that in that other building. I put 2 stacks in, and then I realized, yeah, that's not going to work, because those are way too low. There's in total 4, 5, almost 6 entire stacks. It'll only fit 4 across, so you've got to double height them. And yeah, there was not enough room. Getting that first stack up to double height, I actually ended up taking bales back out of the shed to do it. It's just crazy. So there you go. Let's head up and start grabbing bales. Oh, I guess I didn't turn it on. I thought I had. I think if you're close enough, there's not much in the way of a speed limit to picking these up either. Which again, when you're dealing with what looks to be probably a good 100 bales here, sure helps, man. Although I was watching on Netflix the other night a movie called 1922, and it's a Stephen King, based on a Stephen King novella. But at any rate, it's really cool because the guy's got this old farmall, and he's harvesting corn. Him and his the neighbors helping him because it's more than a one-man operation. But wow, I swear that it basically knocks like 4 stalks of corn over, and then the 2 guys following this thing, this harvester, actually pick the stalks up, snap the corn cobs off, and pitch them into the back of this old truck. It's, wow, it's quite something to watch. You know, I mean, a good movie in its own storyline and everything else, but yeah, it's the old farming gear they've got running in it for, unfortunately, not very much of the movie, but yeah, really, really slick, man. And you can imagine that field, I kid you not, it was like this size. And yeah, they do the whole darn field that way. Yeah, it was just something to see. So, yeah, if for no other reason, I really recommend that, guys. Go and check out 1922. It's called. Really well done. But, I mean, it would take you days and days and days, you know what I mean? Just wow. Alright, here's stack 3. I think I'm a little snug this time. Yeah, I might be. I want to be outside my tire tracks. I'm using that as kind of a gauge for width here. So, that'll do. I don't know why it keeps setting them a little more forward each time, too. It's probably me, isn't it? There we go. Ooh, that's close. So yeah, it looks like we're going to get probably 5 stack off this field too. Wow. That is just crazy. And that's only this field, you know. I also have that. Now I think our only other grain field is actually whatchamacallit, soybean. So we shouldn't, I know that's not a grain, but you know what I mean. It's, I think we've only got the 1 barley and the 1 wheat field, so that should be all we're pulling the straw from. We'll see. Okay. Then we're almost there. considering where I started. This trailer, oddly enough, also doesn't, although it does show up that you've got something behind your tractor, and it doesn't show up with any sort of an amount, or you know how most things would. Yeah. Even if it was just doing it by weight, you could figure it out, because you know each bale's, 4,000 liters, so if you had 40,000 on there, you go, well, there you are. Right, it's not that tough to figure out. Although I don't know how many bales it takes either. I haven't actually counted. Two. So 30. I guess is what it holds. 4, yeah, and then a 5th row, so double that is 10, and they're 3 high. So yeah, we're getting 30 to the truckload. Interesting. And we're gonna get one more trailer after this. So you guys can see, I'm gonna have a lot of this to be moving. And there's our last one. Alright. Yep, we definitely gonna fill another trailer here. Well, that is for sure. Wow. Well, well, well. Talk about your straw hats and old dirty hankies. You're all like, what is he on about now? Yeah. A little more Canadiana there for you with a little B&L reference. Yes, indeed. Alright, well, I can't see that I bother to be that precise the rest of the time, and then just show up like some kind of Kiwanis clown car for my last attempt here. That isn't right either, is it? Let's get a little more outside. There we go. Excellent. And in nice and close. Alright. That looks pretty good to me. Let's go grab our last one. Really nice haul off of that field, I gotta admit. Now, we do have some other things going on. The liquid manure I've been taking to the BGA and dumping it into there, and then using our little truck to transport the digestate to the other system that's going to produce us a little bit of fuel and that sort of thing. So hopefully that's all going well, and we will be able to I believe I've also added a little bit of what they call waste, quote unquote, to the compost plant. So over the winter, my plan is, as well as doing the big update thing, but the plan is I'm going to continue with the filling of that compost once I get enough fuel generated from the BGA. And again, a big thanks to my buddy Tonic, because I hadn't realized that the BGA would actually produce fuel for me. So that's a nice thing, because you get a little tired of buying it only to burn it off in some factory. You know? The other series that I was doing, well, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm finding that with the Seasons mod, the gameplay's a little bit, as some of you had mentioned when we talked about it earlier, a little on the slowish side. To the point where small maps, you're almost making up things to do. I mean, this map with all of its production, etc., will keep you pretty busy. And now we'll pick up this guy as well. And I will pull him off single-handed. Because it's going to end up being the last bale we go to pick up. So that'll be just fine. Just fine. So yeah, as much as I love doing small maps and using the small kit, well, first of all, I'm really hoping my good friend Clint, who it's my understanding is, well, what's going on here? Oh, because it's not full. Yeah, that can be an issue. That can be an issue. This trailer doesn't seem to want to give you an empty option unless it's full. So, what I'm going to do here is drag this out. We're going to need to anyway, let's face it. There we go. Alright, and yeah, unfortunately it stuck it right in the middle of that, but that's okay, we can still deal with it. Will it empty it now? Let's have a look here. No, we've got work position, which means it's only still allowing me to either turn it on or turn it off, basically. We need one more full stack at the back, so what I'm gonna do here, kind of a pain in the bum, let me tell you. Let's get ourselves backed up. Hopefully this will work. Nope. But oddly enough, I do now have an unload. Interesting. Interesting. Cool. So, what I'm actually going to do here is switch this particular stack to the back. There we go. And pop it. Alright. And that gets all of the hay off our fields. Like I say, now the work actually begins. Oh boy, does it ever. So, I'm just going to slide this guy in under here. Oh, I didn't realize the front of that wasn't going to fit. There we go. Close enough. So, yeah, it's going to be all up to this dude. Helps if you hold the ignition in long enough to actually start the vehicle. Yes, indeed. Get out of that bucket. Thank you. Well, as you can see, I have a pile of work ahead of me. And, well, as they say, there is no time like the present. So, let's pop our bucket down. And you really do want to use the telehandler for this. It's just so maneuverable compared to the tractors. And it is a small space. You become thankful for what the telehandler can do right quick, let me tell you. Yes, indeed. So, I'm going to start on this end. How are we doing for height? I've forgotten what we need here. So if I put it at 20 and flatten her out. Okay, no, I think we want to be, there we go. Let's try that. Oh, open the claws. Okay, that's not high enough. It's actually hitting the hitbox on the bale instead of grabbing into it. There we go. Close the claws. Tiny bit of lift just to pull them away there. Okay. See what I mean about how they tend to split a little bit between the sets? They're made to be grabbed, I think, from the face as opposed to actually from the ends for this thing to work the way it's really designed to work. So, you do, however, usually manage to get things into place. And I suppose in the long run it doesn't hurt that it kind of cross stacks them. You know what I mean? It's like you pack firewood, right? You're not going to lay every board going the same way because, well, your pile's just going to tend to want to fall over right ricky-ticky. So, same sort of thing here. We're going to take Mr. Tippy and egg him into place. The back one in the corner is the hardest. Of course. See, I'm still a little bit out, but you can only get so close to that wall before all of a sudden you'll have really bad things come really quickly. Because if you get in a position where these things hit a solid object, they don't always react, well, let's say as you might expect. 2 degrees, I want to be pretty darn level to pull these out, because I don't want that thing to move at all. There we go. Nice. So, as you can see, I do indeed have my work cut out for me. So I'm going to end the episode here, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And, well, yeah, this is going to be a little bit of chore. That's okay. Take care of each other, folks. This has been Species 7 from Pine Cove Productions. Remember to hit the likes, do all that YouTube-y stuff, and if you have the time, head over to VidMe and remember to follow the channel there as well. Take care. Ciao for now. Come on. Gently does it.